Are there too many fucking Kingdom Hearts games for you to catch up with the storyline? Dippy Maze here with my cat's just fucking terrified by that. Look at my fucking bald spot. It's getting worse. Or my hair's just growing back. Before time began. I should... Hold on. Before time began. No. Before time began, there was the keyboard. And no, that's not it at all. Fuck! There was Kingdom Hearts, which, I don't know, was a thing in the sky. And all worlds were one world. And that means people looking like Goofy interacted with people that looked like Cloud in one world. Was it different continents? Or different... And then one day, a dude that was wearing Organization 13 robe, before there were Organization 13 robe, decided to have an apprentice that was smaller than him, but had a robe too, and he had 5 apprentices too, to make 6 apprentices. And he said, I have this Keyblade that has an eyeball on it. Smaller me, that's more naive and nice. Take this through time and observe things, but don't tell anybody. And it'll report back to me. That's how I knew the future through this whole fucking movie. But don't tell anybody, because then it all gets fucked up. And the small dude was like, alright. And then that turned out to be Xehanort's Keyblade. More on that at 10. Where the fuck did I leave off? So then the clans that were following the not organization dude were all like, we're being manipulated into hating each other. Let's start a Keyblade war. And then they did. And then Kingdom Hearts pooped out a Master Keyblade. No, Kingdom Hearts pooped that out at the beginning of time. And then... Before time began, there was the kingdom. And it pooped out a Keyblade to protect it. And then the clans that were manipulated by the not organization man fought each other for power. And then the worlds broke apart. Keyblade! And I guess that was Kingdom Hearts X back cover. The fuck is... Then Kingdom Hearts in brackets Chi? And then Kingdom Hearts Unchained X? And then Kingdom Hearts Union X Cross in brackets? That must have been when all that shit happened. Cause then in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, a bald man voiced by Leonard Nimoy was all like, I want the Keyblade! Keyblade! And then he took a kid and it looked like Roxas and he took his heart out and split it so that he could make a good version and a bad version, and they would come together in equal portions to bring about the Keyblade, which would let Xehanort Nimoy use Kingdom Hearts and have power and balance, because he liked darkness and light, but... Keyblade! And then he's like, hey, Roxas is actually dying. Lol, I failed. Not Roxas, Ventus! Ventus was dying, and he's like, hey, this looks like a cute tropical island to leave his ass. I'll just try again later. Peace! Keyblade! And then, while Ventus lay there dying, baby Sora's heart reached out and healed it. Oh right, because there was already the dark part out there, being Vanitas. Get back to that. So, the baby Sora heart sensed Ventus all dying because he was split apart, and he's like, I'm gonna help your heart and open it and it'll be alright. And then he completed Ventus's heart, and then I think that's why Roxas looks like Ventus, and Ventus's evil part looks like Sora, but then they don't look like each other. Roxas doesn't really look like Sora. What the fuck was I gonna talk about at 11? But then... So there's this dude named Terra who had a friend named Aqua, and then they met Ventus when he got adopted by by Luke Skywalker, who hated darkness profusely. And then Terra started liking darkness, and Xehanort's like, Keyblade! And I guess he knew he was old and wanted a body. So he's like, Terra, I'm gonna trick you into liking darkness, alright? And it was about that fucking obvious, and Terra still didn't figure it out. And then Terra used darkness to kill Master Ericus or some shit, and Xehanort's like, hey, you're almost ready. And Terra's like, what? For what? He's like, for me taking your fucking body over. Didn't I make that obvious? And then he leaves. And so he and Vanitas go to a canyon in the Lion King world of all places, where the Keyblade graveyard is. And so then they fight or some shit. I'm a little blurry on that part. Research? Xehanort took over Terra's body, and then when Ventus and Vanitas fought, they merged back together, and then Aqua had to fight some things, and it was all kind of hard and ball-numbingly annoying. But I did play it on proud mode. That's a problem. Why do I keep doing that in Kingdom Hearts games? I keep looking at the monitor. It's the bald spot. So then, years later, Xehanort in Terra's body doesn't recognize his memories, and he has friends, and they meet Ansem the Wise, who's all like, I'm gonna trust you guys, let's do research on people's hearts and do bad things. And then he's like, I'm gonna stop doing bad things, but Xehanort, Terra thing said, I want to keep doing the bad research. And Ansem the Wise said, don't do the bad research, you bingus. And then he did it anyway, and he became Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. And his body was like, what the fuck? What would I do? That's my heart, it's gone. I'm a nobody now, I'm gonna call myself Xemnas. Why did they steal Ansem the Wise's name? You fucking try to make an anagram for Xehanort. It's not easy, is it? No. But then, I forgot, the people in Birth by Sleep met the people in Kingdom Hearts when they were babies, and gave them eventual powers to get Keyblades. Well, Riku and Sora anyway. So they got Keyblades. Keyblades!
Keyblade!
And then Ansem was like, hey, I need a body again. I'm gonna take over Riku, which is like Terra's counterpart. So it's like poetry. The verses are rhyming. And then Riku used darkness, and Ansem Xehanort took over his body and made him into a meat shirt man, and then bad things happened there that he became Ansem and had a body. And he had a guardian thing that wore tape, which Sega would see, and years later would make Sonic Boom.
Come, Guardian!
Because it thought, hey, tape's cool, Cloud has a tape sword, let's just put tape on Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. I think Amy, probably. And Shadow! And then Billy Zane voiced him, and it was great, and it was like the best voice acting I've ever heard in my life. And he would say things like, submit! And come, Guardian! Submit! And then after he gets beaten, he turns into a big fucking meat ship thing that you have to kill. And spoilers, in Final Mix, there's laser hell everywhere, and you're gonna get destroyed. You better be good at dodging lasers constantly and smacking them sparingly.
Submit!
So then, Xehanort's all like, I wanted Kingdom Hearts because it has darkness in it. It's the Kingdom of Hearts, and hearts have darkness in them. They're bored of darkness. This world has been connected. But then Kingdom Hearts opens up, and surprise, it's a bunch of light. Also, my camera can eat a dick. So then Ansem dies, and Riku and King Mickey, oh, I forgot that. He's a Keyblade guy. Sora has some Disney friends too, and oh, the Keyblade War shattered everything into different worlds. Did I even mention the Keyblade War? It happened when there was factions during there. Then they wanted the Keyblade. So fucking disoriented. And then, I already mentioned the meat ship. Xemnas was running around being a jerk, and all of his friends that were scientists with him that did bad things also had nobodies. Who knows what happened to their hearts? They're heartless. I don't fucking. And then Sora, at one point, before fighting Meat Ship Ansem, had to unlock his heart to help Kairi get her heart back, because her heart was in his...
Keyblade! 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 Keyblade!
And so he had a nobody, and then she had a nobody, who was also kind of his nobody, and then Roxas is that nobody who joined Xemnas with the other nobodies that Xemnas made friends with, and they recruited some other nobodies, and then they wore robes like the dude at the beginning of time, and then they, I don't know, I didn't think about what to say next, actually.
Submit!
Then they made a thing that was a clone of Sora or Riku that was a girl who looked like whatever somebody thought of when they looked at it. And also they had done something like that in between this game and Kingdom Hearts 2 called Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And in that game, they cloned Riku for reasons, and they used that to clone Sora for reasons to have a Keyblade. And then Roxas killed it and absorbed it, and his name was Shion. And do you like grinding through games that have like a lot of the same mission over and over again? Because that's what happened with the whole Shion Roxas thing. Damn. But after Kingdom Hearts and before Kingdom Hearts 2, it was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And that game is ass because it has cards, and everything is done with cards. Like, even if you fart. If the other person plays a card that's higher than your fart card, it breaks your card and you shart. And you better hope your toilet paper card is higher than theirs. Or you get mud butt.
Submit!
Where the fuck was I? Then Xemnas and wants Sora to help kill Heartless to get Kingdom Hearts full of hearts so that he can have unlimited power while telling his friends this so that they can have hearts. Also, Roxas had a friend that was in the organization, and they ate sea salt ice cream with Shion until they all just didn't, because she died and they broke up. And then Xemnas also does like some meat ship things, and Riku and Sora are like working together, and Riku has a Keyblade, and they cut out buildings, and they fight Xemnas. And also, did I mention that Riku looked like Ansem for a while until he met Diz? He was pretending to be Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and meanwhile Diz is horrendously racist towards nobodies and just wants them like dead, even though they're actually like people. They're just missing their hearts and want their hearts back. And then, some machine Diz had to disable Kingdom Hearts blew up and purified Riku, and he got a Keyblade, and so did Kairi. Xemnas dead. Mickey helped too. And that leaves us... Did I miss anything in this? Oh, Dream Drop Distance. That happens afterwards. They go into the dreams of the worlds they had to unlock or lock up, because of Kingdom Hearts they had to lock up the worlds so that their hearts of the worlds wouldn't be eaten by voice cracking jerks and Ansem. And then in 2 they were like reconnecting the worlds. And then in Dream Drop they had to wake the worlds up. It was also the Mark of Mastery exam, which Sora failed immediately because he was sucked into like evil dreams or succumbed to darkness, or Riku like fell into Sora's dreams, some shit. And then in conclusion, Xehanort's running around like getting various versions of himself through various times to make an organization just of him. And I don't blame him, because all throughout Chain of Memories, fucking everybody had their own plan for Kingdom Hearts and everything. Like, I mean, the Riku replica was being used by like 2 different people to like murder the rest of the organization. And then Axel's off doing his own thing. Sykes is like the only loyal member. Everybody dies anyway. And then they're all back because they're heartless and nobody's died. And even though that didn't super kill them, it let them... No, it should have super killed them, and they just merged together. Kingdom Hearts X Chi? Kingdom Hearts Unchained X? What's that doing there? Oh, all Kingdom Hearts titles. 9... What? In chronological order? Oh. That was 2 lists, I was reading them together.
Submit!
And then Kingdom Hearts 0.2? No, it's 2.8. that happened. And that had Aqua all locked in Kingdom Hearts, which I mentioned happened to Riku and King Mickey in the first game because they had to close it from the inside. Even though Sora's got a Keyblade, but you gotta have a Keyblade inside to get two, and Mickey's got a Keyblade. Also, Aqua ended up inside there at the end of Earth by Sleep. And then she did stuff to like help Riku and Mickey. Because there was a shadow tornado heartless thing coming after them. And now Kingdom Hearts 3 is happening, and they're redoing all of Leonard Nimoy's lines. Probably Diz's too, because he's coming back. I think Riku Replica's coming back because Riku left a broken sword for somebody and he says for his other self. He might have just been emo, but he also might have meant Repliku. Why does nobody call him that? All in all, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come out and it's going to be okay probably, but this is a PS3 game they've upscaled a little bit and worked on for like 20 years, and I'm even more confused. This is not the summary video you should be watching if you want to actually know the story. I just wanted to try and tell it myself. I fucked it up. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby,
Autobots,
don't go.
let's roll out. Incoming. Go get 'em. Autobots.
Simple and clean is the way not to making you feel tonight. It's hard to let it go.
Those two cats are no match for me. Only I have the brains to rule Lilac. I'm having way too much fucking fun with this. Bye.
Submit!